is Assassin's Creed Valhalla's final last chapter update. At least this is the last major update so far. Some of the patch notes hinting that there might be more, but is this worth your time? Well, we're going to kind of break that down today because there's not that much here. I mean, it's enough for an update, but let's just, let's break this down. Now, without further ado, remember, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave it a nice, thick, and juicy like as always. Of course, if you enjoy this kind of content, you want more like it, be sure to hit that big red sexy subscribe button right underneath the video. Also, got to thank my channel members. You guys help make these videos possible. If you're enjoying, get access to the exclusive perks that they get, then be sure to check out that blue join button. Anyway, let's talk about this update. So to kind of summarize it, there's a couple of major parts to this, and it's sort of leading into Assassin's Creed Mirage. At least that's the major thing I took away from it. So if you are looking forward to Assassin's Creed Mirage, I think this update is definitely worth playing, at least part of it. Let me get into that part. So there's a couple of sets of missions that you're going to get. One is going to be the last chapter, your kind of goodbye. It wraps up Eivor's story. If you care about that, I think it's worth following up with. And I do also think towards the end, it does lead a little bit into potentially what we might see with Mirage. At least if you care about the modern day in this franchise, I will say that this is something worth going through. It's very short, it's very easy, there's no grindy combat, there's nothing like that. It's honestly just fast traveling and watching some cutscenes. And while there's nothing groundbreaking necessarily in the cutscenes, it's Valhalla stuff for the most part. There was some interesting stuff. For instance, the scene where we meet and say goodbye to King Harold in Norway, and Sigurd's there. They sort of hint at these three sages sitting down and having a conversation about what came before, and I really wish we could have gotten to hear some of that. Of course, we do not get to listen into that. I don't know if that's because they want to keep some of what happened between the Isu a mystery, and of course, if Loki's listening in, he was there, so I mean, he wouldn't really care all that much because he kind of went through all that. But I did think it was something very interesting that I would have liked to have seen expanded on throughout the main game, and I feel like I've been gypped on that one. But regardless, getting towards the end, the final cutscene, you do get a little bit of a surprise visitor. I won't spoil it for you if you do want to play through it, but you do get a little bit of a surprise visitor, and there's some interesting dialogue that goes into it. And I do think that that will lean into some things that we may get, if not in Mirage, maybe in Assassin's Creed Infinity. So I do think if you're interested in the modern day, if you're interested in Mirage, if you're interested in Infinity, I think the last chapter is worth playing through. Now, if you are just interested in Mirage and potentially what that game is going to play like, we may have gotten a semi-look, a semi-feel as to how Mirage's gameplay may go. We know Mirage is going to be using Valhalla's engine, albeit changed up a bit to be able to give it a little bit more of that classic Assassin's Creed feel. We don't know how much it's going to change or what it's going to be like. It could be very similar to the mission we get in this game. It could be something a lot closer to like a Unity. We don't know yet, we haven't seen gameplay, but regardless, this feels like the closest thing we've gotten to the Assassin's Creed feel that we've had in quite a while. Now, it doesn't help that in this mission that we get, the stealth is not exactly amazing in this game, because it's a really cool stealth mission that is well written, and we do get to meet Roshan, who is going to be coming in Mirage, of course. She was in the trailer, and I'm not afraid to really spoil that she's in this because the team has been advertising it literally everywhere. She shows up, you do a little mission with her. It's fun the way it's set up. It's a black box mission essentially, but I tried to replay it a bunch of times because I didn't want to keep screwing up the stealth, but the stealth is so broken to this day in Valhalla that it honestly just doesn't work in this game. I would say if you want to avoid any frustration, just go through and play it like a Viking would. That's going to be the only way to get through it quickly. If you're just immaculate with the stealth, then great. If you can make it work, I don't know, never works for me. But that one I do think is definitely worth playing because it's fairly short. It'll take you, if you go through it quickly, it'll take you maybe 15 minutes to get through the whole thing. It's nothing insane, but I do think some of the writing, getting to meet Roshan, you get a little bit of a hint as to what is to come and what happened with Basim way back in the day. It kind of hints at some of the Order of the Ancients with the assassins. There's some cool dialogue between Roshan and Eivor that I thought was interesting. But again, you could also, instead of jumping into the game and playing all this, you could watch all this on YouTube, and there's plenty of walkthroughs of it. It's nothing insanely groundbreaking, but It adds a nice bow to this game. Yes, the game is a billion-hour grind. Yes, it does have flaws. Yes, it's trying to be both an Assassin's Creed game and a RPG, and they clash constantly in mechanics, and yeah, I get all that, and I agree with a lot of that criticism. But I think for what it is a nice little bow on top of this game. If you have 30 minutes, an hour to just kind of run through it, it's really, I wouldn't say it's a total waste of time, because they do honestly respect your time with it. It's not an absolute grind fest to get to these random cutscenes. You just honestly run up to them and you watch the cutscenes. Same thing with the mission. You get a nice little black box mission, run through it, get a nice mini storyline that kind of hints at some things that are to come with the series, and that's about it. You just kind of jump in, jump out, you get some nice outfits. I do think Eivor's Jarl of the Raven Clan outfit is a little bit goofy that you see in the goodbye cutscenes, but the outfit that you get from helping Roshan is awesome. It's probably my favorite outfit in the game aside from the Basim outfit. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a nice thick and juicy like, and let me know down below what you guys think of the last chapter. If you haven't played it, let me know if you're looking forward to Mirage. Let me know what else you are looking forward to with games this upcoming year. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.